Okay everyone, welcome back. So today I'll finally be tackling the next part of this quest. Sorry it took a bit, mainly because this quest is kind of annoying and I also wanted to make sure I could properly cover everything that I needed to. Just one quick note, I already have my team set up and I also farmed a bunch of XP candies because I leveled up some other Pokemon and I needed more because the level cap is now 140. I don't know if I mentioned that last episode. So I just want to make sure all my Pokemon are at their strongest state as I possibly can get. As for the Pokemon I was raising through the, battling all those Chansey, or is it Blissey? The Blissey, only 2 of them are leveled up. I still need to and EV'd, but I still need to work out their IVs and moves, so they're not really ready, but they do exist. They're just there just for more options, but I may not be using them, who knows. I mainly did for the XP candies, and I figured why not just level up other Pokemon as well. So in terms of what we got going on, I have Blaziken here holding a White Lens, same setup as usual. Here I have Drampa holding the Marshadium-Z, same moves as usual. I decided to bring along Gengar. I will have it Mega Evolve, and same moves as usual. Otherwise, Hydreigon, decided to go with Choice Specs, and then we have Carbink, same as usual, holding Amplitude Rock. I would consider swapping out Stealth Rock for Explosion, and then finally we have Nidoking. These moves, same as usual from last time. So yeah, that's that. Honestly, for Carbink, I would swap out Explosion for Stealth, or Stealth Rock for Explosion, and then probably swap its EVs around, just because I don't need it to survive a hit now. But honestly, it's fine the way it is right now. Otherwise, I do recommend having a good Pokemon that can use Ground type moves, but it might be obvious here in the Wasteland, by Bixian Wasteland, that you may need to consider different moves besides Earthquake because of the field effects. Otherwise, having Dragon type Pokemon would be good. And yeah, Fire, Ground type moves, and then a Dragon type would be good. And then yeah, there will be more than one battle, and I think even considering the second battle, this team would be more than enough to deal with it. Now then, you may think it's a bit weird to have Carbink with Trick Room, and it kind of is, because most of my Pokemon are speedy, but as I said, with a lot of legendaries around, my Pokemon are actually getting outsped despite me having plus speed natures on everything, and so forth. So, that about covers what my team has today. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and get started with this quest. So, head out here into the Bibixian Wasteland, and from here we want to head down this way. I don't think we can hop down, so just break this rock. Stupid Pokemon's gonna come out, but it does not matter. Alright, from here we want to go up and jump down and into this building here, and then down these stairs. And from here there's not really much in terms of divergent paths, so just follow the linear path laid out before you. Slide down, and then we want to slide down again, and then slide down one last time. And then from this area here we just need to hop down, excuse me, there you go, into the cave, and then just follow the cave through. And then same here, just follow through the cave. From here we hop down, and we want to head up to the cave entrance. Alright, and now that we're in this grotto area, we already activated the middle door here, so you don't need to worry about that, so head on in. And then we want to head towards the center area, but before you do, make sure to save, because there will be a battle. So save and then head on through. Alright, so with that, we're thrust into battle with Anomaly Naganadel. One quick note is that if you're on a different route than I am, aka any Lin route so to speak, your Pokemon will have nicknames, as shown on the right. So obviously there's a reason why I sent out Blaziken first here, and that's just so I can one-shot Ferrothorn here. Let's take a fair bit of recoil damage, but it's okay. Out next is Heatran. So as you can notice, all these Pokemon are also EV'd, max EV'd and IV'd. I'm gonna send a Hydreigon here because I believe it's gonna go for Earth Power. I have Levitate, yep. And that is why I have Earth Power, because I just want to one-shot this Heatran with Choice Specs. Because it's really bulky. I think I need that extra power. Out next is Mega Lucario, so this thing is pretty strong, as we all know. Let's go for a Meteor Mash. Do I live? Okay, nice. I do. It's probably gonna go for Bullet Punch, but I think we just sacrifice Hydreigon here for tempo. Alright. I will send in Blaziken here. Protect. Just for Meteor Mash. I'll go for High Jump Kick here. Alright, that hurts, but whatever. Out next is Solgaleo. This thing is pretty intimidating, but we'll just go with Flare Blitz. Luckily, it's quite slow, surprisingly. So there's that. Shoot, what Pokemon are remaining now? I see. Let's go with Gengar here, actually. I can't send in Carbon because I get one shot, because Sunsteel Strike, it will just destroy me, so we'll go with this and Shadow Ball. Next is Nidoking. It's gonna go for Earth Power. Not much I can do here. Go with Shadow Ball. Ouch. Alright. I could have gone for Destiny Bond. That might have been a better play. It's fine. Send my own Nidoking. Now then, I do have a plus speed nature, so I will actually speed it here. Out comes Naganadel. I think it's gonna go for Draco Meteor. So I'm gonna go for Carbink here. Alright, Trick Room. And then, I mean, I can just chip it down a little bit. I don't know if its Z move gets used up if it does that. Maybe it does. Ooh, wow, that hurts. Okay, this is why I have Dragonium-Z on my Drampa now. Wait, what? It's not highlighted. Oh, there's just some stupid bug in the game where it does that. Alright, let's hope it hits. Okay, this should go down here. Nice. Jeez, that could have been really bad. The reason why I want the Z Crystal and not just rely on Draco Meteor is because it makes it 100% accurate, and Draco Meteor has a chance of missing. Alright, anyway. Thankfully that lucked out. Man, that's so crazy. Alright. Yeah, that bug is a thing. Because you can Mega Evolve and use a Z Crystal move, and I didn't use a Z Crystal move yet, so whatever. We won, so. But I could have lost if I missed there. Alright, make sure to save and then head on through. Alright, so with that, we just want to head on through. Alright, Anna speaking in disjointed sentences. Alright, so this next bit here be a somewhat complicated puzzle section, so hopefully my walkthrough will be adequate to deal with it. So just head on up here. Excuse me, sorry. And just defeat this Malamar here. It shouldn't be too bad. Earth Power should be enough. So from here, it seems like you can't progress, so try and back out, and then head through. Oop, well, that was a bit weird. And then from this part, if we talk to the Malamar again, it'll swap the sections that are walkable for us. So after doing that, we want to go up these stairs to the left to the next Malamar, and basically just follow the new walkable path open to us after you interact with a Malamar. Can we use these binoculars? No. Okay. And then just follow along to the next Malamar. Follow the new path. It gets opened up from the Malamar, and it should be pretty straightforward how you progress. Alright, and with that we end up here, and you may see a familiar statue. We don't want to warp to the exit, but just note that that does exist. And then from here, if we go through, we'll be in the next puzzle section. Alright, it seems like Anna was having a conversation with Len, it seems. So, in this new area here, we now have those Arceus statues that we use to, walk through walls and everything, so that'll be part of our next puzzle. But from here, we want to find a Malamar still, because that's still a thing, so yeah, if we head up from here, we can talk to a Malamar. Right, head back down these stairs, and we actually want to head back through the start. Remember the statue I talked about. So if you do that, it is now active. As you can tell, it's, I don't know, colored in or whatnot. So anyway, you notice there's a platform just to the left of it. So if we do this, transport ourselves over, we can pick up the Marshadium-Z. Yeah, pretty hidden away. So pretty easy to miss. Alright, from here, just want to head back. So go through the portal. Alright. So here we'll have to use, obviously, the statues along with the Malamar to swap back and forth. Alright, so back here at the start, we want to head to the right, down these stairs, up and across to this Malamar here. Interact with this Malamar. On the right, you'll have to use the statues to progress. So do this. Find yourself at the bottom here. Use this again. Go down, and you'll see a next Malamar. Interact with said Malamar. Follow the path now accessible to us, and we'll have to use this Arceus statue here. Go down and to the right onto this platform here, down, up and across to talk to this Malamar here at the bottom. Once you do so, you'll be here at this Arceus statue, interact with it. Then we want to head up to this next statue here, and then we want to use this Arceus statue. Okay, hold on. This next part is a bit confusing. So we're going to head across, talk with this Malamar. It'll change this for us, so. Alright, this next part is a bit tricky. You need to... Oh wow, the path is so confusing from here. Okay, I see. From here, we want to interact and talk to this Malamar here by going down. That statue, excuse me, is a bit obvious. Alright, from here we head down. You see this Giratina looking Arceus statue. So use that. We want to end up at this Malamar here. I'd like for... Okay, there we go. And now it'll open up all of this path, so loop all the way around. Talk to this Arceus statue here to get to this Malamar on the far left. interact with Melamar so we can get access to this statue here. From this statue here, go back to the previous Arceus statue so that we can talk to this one here. And then here. Alright, this is where we need to go back down to this Melamar and loop around. Or not loop around, but so we can make this Arceus statue active. So, interact with this, talk to the Melamar, go back up. I need this to wear off so I can keep walking. Hello? Hello? Alright. Okay. I guess it has some detection on where you are. Alright. From here, we need these stairs to be active, so we need to talk to that Melamar below. So, interact with this statue. Interact with Melamar. Head back up. Okay, end up on these stairs. It's a bit buggy. You can get stuck in the stairs, so I'm gonna avoid that. Alright, from here, we need to walk along this path, so directly like a soul. We go across. And now from here, excuse me, I'm scratching myself. We need to interact with this Melamar. And like a soul. And then from here, we need to go to the right, or left, excuse me. Oh my god, I got stuck in the stairs, like I said. Huh? Bruh. Okay, there we go. Alright, then we can go across like so. Alright, down these stairs. Alright, this next part, a little tricky dicky. Go across, talk to Melamar here. And then I think we can loop back down. Yes, we can. And from there, yeah, that's crazy how long it lasts. And then from there, we will reach the next area. So go ahead and save so you don't have to redo all this nonsense again. And this is how we will progress into the next area. Alright, so just head on through. Alright, seems like Anna is arguing a little bit with Lynn or whatever. Alright, so here in this next area, there's still a tiny little puzzle that we have to do. Not too bad compared to the previous one, but still something that we need to do. So, starting from here, if we head over up and to the left, we can interact with this Arceus statue. Or Arceus Giratina statue. Or maybe it's just straight up Giratina. It doesn't quite look like Giratina, but whatever. Anyway, progress... Sorry, I'm getting confused. Anyway, there's only one way to go, so head along like so to this first Melamar here. Interact with the Melamar. Changes the path like so. Then from here, we will, I think, just not go across like so. Can I make it? Oh, no, you cannot. Alright, what you want to do is interact with this Arceus. Interact with the Melamar at the top, go back down and across. There you go. And interact with the Melamar down here. Change this path. We can now use this Arceus statue to interact with this orb. There are two orbs we will need to activate, one on the left and one on the right. This is the left one, so do that. Get a fancy little statue there. Alright, from here, we can just cross back to this middle platform here, talk to this Melamar, use this statue to go across and find ourselves back at the start. And now we need to do the right side of this puzzle. So, once again, we use this Arceus statue here, go across to this Melamar. We don't need to interact with it quite yet. We then touch this Arceus statue here. Here we go back to the Melamar, interact with it, And now the way to progress is to actually warp back to the statue we were at. And then use the Arceus statue to reach the rightmost orb. Boom. And we get some nice rewards while we're at it. Alright, from here, we get back to the center. Alright. And then one last thing is to touch this amount over here. And that completes it. That's how we get across. So, touch the light shard. Pick up the Lustrous orb here. The ZCell. Our 64th one, and an Adamant orb. Alright, this next bit here is a really hard puzzle. In the description of this video, I've included another guide that will show you all the post-game puzzles, but for this puzzle here specifically, there's also a step-by-step photo guide for you to follow. I unfortunately cannot do this puzzle on camera here in this video because due to the route that I am on, this puzzle will be automatically solved once I interact with it here. It is not solved at this state right now, and yeah, if you're on another route, you will have to solve this puzzle, and there will be a battle upcoming. I do not have to deal with a battle because of the route I'm on as well. So this quest is harder if you're not on the same route as me, basically. The battle isn't too bad. I'm sure you can figure out what Pokemon you'll be up against. It will be on an inverse field. You can find more details on the wiki. Big JRA also has some listed details for that. My team here is not the best. There could be some better moves that I could have, especially a Psychic type move would be really good. But I think my Pokemon have really good coverage in general, so what that means is I can just use... I have a wide variety of moves to use to take advantage of the inverse field reversing the type matchup. Anyway, coming back to the puzzle here, this is a puzzle where you have to mix colors basically. In the center column, you want the colors to descend from black, dark gray, gray, light gray to white. And then there are two columns on the left and the right, which you can reach the left side using the Arceus or Giratina statue at the bottom there, and then you can just cross the little one block bridge there to the right side. So yeah, and then if you interact with the left column, the 5 tiles in that column will shift cyclically, and then same thing for the right column. And then when you talk to the center, it will pull the top 2 blocks from both of the columns to make a composite color. And then it will also shift the current 5 blocks in the center downward and split the bottommost block into 2 components, which will go to the bottom of the left and right columns. And obviously I listed it earlier, how you need to fill up the center column. This puzzle can be pretty hard to wrap your brain around, honestly. So I do think you should just randomly press the center and every column until you have just a random mess of colors, and then you should use the 2 columns to pull blocks to generate black at the top. Either black and black will work, or black and dark will work. And then you pull in blocks that can generate dark gray, gray light, and finally white within the center column. If you feel that you're unable to create the desired block, simply press the center 9 times and mess with the columns a little bit more until you're able to get your desired colors. And then head through the door whenever you're ready. So in my case, I'll be interacting with the door and there won't be any puzzle. I recommend saving before you traverse onto the platform where it expands. So if anywhere on this like one block or one tile wide area you can safely save on. Alright, and with that, I believe here you would have a battle. If you're on a different route here, we have to catch Giratina, and when I mean catch, you have to. You cannot progress this quest unless you catch the Giratina. And then, obviously, I think I said earlier, but we're going to inverse field, and one quick note, if you're searching for a shiny like I am, and you knock it out, the next Giratina you encounter will not necessarily be shiny. So every time you knock out the Giratina, you'll be thrown into a new battle with a new random Giratina. So, quick note about that. So, obviously I have to reset because I didn't get a shiny. So, I'll see you all then. happened there. Shoot, was I muted by accident? Uh-oh. I had to do some post commentary. Anyway, a lot happened there, so yeah, head back to the nightclub. There might be some new dialogue with Taka, and that's it for this quest. I'm gonna save because we need that Giratina. Oop, I can just use an escape rope. I'm running out of these. Need to buy more. Alright. Right, let's see who has some new dialogue for us. Okay, Taka has absolutely nothing new. That's... Okay, I went around and talked to everyone. It seems like only Ace had new dialogue, which is kind of weird. Taka has nothing to say. Alright, well, that's it for this quest. Let me just make sure my Giratina is in here. I worked hard for that. Yep, there it is. Alright, move it over. And with that, our quest is done. We have some more fun stuff for the next episode. Some more annoying puzzles. Yeah. More annoying puzzle, yep. Along with some fun battle, yep. Okay. I see. Alright. So with that, we are done for this episode. Hopefully you were able to get past that stupid door puzzle. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, one quick note about those bad end screens. You just need to reset your game to progress. And yeah, that's it. So I will see you all later.